Welcome back to my second ever Star Wars Top 10 list. For this one, we'll be talking about the top 10 best duelists in the Star Wars universe, in my opinion. Before we begin, I would like to address the inevitable comments about where Darth Sidious is on this list. Now, I did not place him on this list because I believe he gets most of his power through his Force abilities, being able to be fast enough to block all of the lightsaber attacks from opponents that he's faced, which is why you'll see people on this list who Darth Sidious have beaten in single combat, but why he's not on it himself. So let's go ahead and get started. For number 10, I selected Tula Kord, basically because of his great praise he received from Darth Krayt. We don't know much about Hord, but we do know, according to Krayt, he was one of the best lightsaber duelists to have ever lived, and that he had never been defeated in single combat during a lightsaber duel, which is why he's on this list, but sadly we don't have very much information on the character. Hopefully we'll get another story about him and we can learn more. At number 9, I have Legends Continuity General Grievous, the famed Jedi killer. Grievous was not only superhumanly quick in his lightsaber attacks, but he also had various sequences programmed into his brain, and it was also programmed to be randomized at the same time. Grievous has been credited with the death of many Jedi, and was even capable of taking on multiple Jedi Masters simultaneously. At number 8, I have Count Dooku, the former Jedi Master. Now, Count Dooku is said to be one of the most elegant lightsaber duelists of his era. Dooku has been seen contending with Yoda, Mace Windu, Obi-Wan, and Anakin Skywalker. He was extremely precise in his lightsaber movesets, and it was said that he almost looked like he was dancing during a lightsaber duel. For number 7, I have selected Darth Bane, one of the best power duelists of all time. Darth Bane is a man who has overcome great adversity during lightsaber combat, adjusting to various forms he was unfamiliar with and taking on multiple Jedi Masters and coming out on top. Darth Bane was a very intelligent lightsaber duelist. He knew exactly when to press and advance and when to fall back into a defensive posture, and one of the greatest duelists of his time trained him. At number 6, we have ObiWan Kenobi, someone who has mastered his specific lightsaber form and taken it to its absolute peak. Near the end of Obi-Wan's career as a Jedi, it was said that his defenses were nearly impenetrable, which is why he was not only able to contend with, but defeat people like General Grievous and Anakin Skywalker. The perfect example of Kenobi's skill as a duelist was with his duel with General Grievous, where even Grievous himself was not able to pierce his defenses, and he ultimately ended up losing the duel to Kenobi. At number 5, I have selected Darth Krayt, a man who has mastered many lightsaber forms over many lifetimes, and has been seen dueling with one saber, two sabers, and be extremely efficient in all of his lightsaber movesets. He was a quick, precise, and brutal duelist, able to overpower or outsmart many of his opponents. At number 4, I selected Mace Windu, someone who has a very unique lightsaber form that only he has been able to master. This lightsaber form was known as Vapad, and it allowed Mace Windu to take his opponent's aggression and let it channel through him, but without letting it touch his soul. This allowed Mace Windu to fight on for potentially forever with Darkseid users, which played a big role in why he was able to contend with Darth Sidious for so long. Not only was Mace proficient in the other forms, but he also took the time to craft his very own form, which was extremely difficult to combat against, and as I stated earlier, if he came up against a Darkseid user, he could use their energy and let it channel through himself to the point where they could potentially fight forever, or where Mace would be able to beat them. At number 3, we have Luke Skywalker, who was not only able to master all of the lightsaber forms, but pioneer new ones. It was said that at Luke's peak, he was seen to be wielding up to 1,000 lightsabers at the same time. Luke was also a combatant who was very quick on his feet, able to adapt to various obscure weapons or lightsaber forms. At number 2, we have possibly the most intelligent lightsaber duelist on the list, Darth Vader, who is famed for killing many Jedi and being able to compete with nearly anyone he came across, analyzing them and breaking down how exactly he could beat them. Darth Vader lived and breathed lightsaber combat, and those that were able to compete with him for amounts of time were considered extremely powerful lightsaber duelists in their own right. For number 1, I have selected Exar Kun, who with his regular single-bladed lightsaber was hailed as one of the most legendary lightsaber duelists that the Jedi had ever seen, but when he left and became a Sith and crafted his unique dual-bladed lightsaber that still only accompanied for one hand on the grip, creating a very obscure weapon for him to wield during combat. He was able to intimidate and overwhelm any combatant he chose with his unique weapon. Not only with his skill with the single-bladed weapon, he crafted the dual-bladed weapon, which allowed him to master it and be unique, overwhelming his opponents because they were unfamiliar with it and because he was so proficient with it. This is also a lightsaber duelist who has been described with being extremely elegant and precise in his movesets, beating the best of his time. So there you have it, guys. That's my top 10 lightsaber duelist list. Of course, this is just my opinion, and it is also in my opinion that judging a combatant's lightsaber prowess is a lot more difficult than judging their force prowess. So a lot of these people on this list are really quite similar to each other and on the same level as each other, and I might have missed a few, so go ahead and leave in the comments what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching and for all of your support. We recently reached 100,000 subscribers, and it absolutely means the world to me. Anyway, guys, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, may the force be with you, and have a great day.